What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Let's Talk Movies. I'm Brad.
No, Miguel.
Episode number 58 in the house tonight. We are talking everything Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. We're going to talk our predictions for the movie, all of the crazy cameos, which if you haven't kept up with the number of cameos and the body count as it's been described for this movie, we're probably about to blow your mind because this is going to be crazy. And we're also going to talk just kind of our general thoughts about where this where this where this multiverse story is gonna go. So this is gonna be a jam-packed episode. The number of images that I have off screen that you'll get to see in a little bit are kind of crazy. So Miguel, buddy, how are you doing on this cold, snowy Kentucky night?
I am viciously cold right now. This new place I have, I don't know what it is. I have the heat on, and my living room is toasty. But as soon as I walked into this room, it was brick cold. I was like, okay, this is gonna be nice. So, don't worry, it's all good. I got me a quilted blanket on my crotch to keep my giblets warm. So, but we good to go, guys.
Nice. Sweet deal. I am drinking. It's snowy. Kentucky just got rocked with snow over the weekend. I'm drinking a bright white. It's actually really good. It's actually one of my favorite beers that I've tried in the last couple of months. It's very good. I like it.
What is it?
I am here for it. It is Bell's from Comstock, Michigan. Comstock, Michigan. Somewhere up north. But it's really nice. It's light. Like, so many winter beers are so dark and heavy.
Yeah, but that's the point. It's so cold. We need stuff in our body.
This is light though, and I don't know why. I really like that though. Like, there's something about it. It's got a dark taste without being. I mean, look at the color on it. Like, it's not.
Look at the color. How does it smell?
Like beer. I don't know. It's really good.
Chew it a little bit. How's it taste? What's the aftertaste, my guy? Yeah, chew it.
We do like a live beer.
If you guys have tried whiskey, you know what I'm talking about in regards to chewing. You uncultured swine, but it's fine.
I know.
I'll educate you.
Oh, I know. So Miguel and I are going to get together. We're going to do some commentaries. We're going to get some of our stuff rolling for Purely and Simply Evil. We haven't had a Purely and Simply Evil episode in a little bit. It's been a little while since we had one. So we're going to get rolling with some stuff on that. Good to have you here. Please, if you are watching right now, leave us a like. That really helped us out a whole lot. I opened up with the Doctor Strange will return graphic, just because he is kind of the main topic for tonight, and he is definitely returning, and possibly more than one variant of him is returning. This movie is going to be a game changer, I would say, for the MCU moving forward. And I think once we really start talking about these cameos and the plot and things like that, I think here's the thing about Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Spider-Man No Way Home, we kind of figured, there was kind of only, how should I say this? It was kind of clear the way that this was going to go. There weren't a ton of different options for how we were going to get Toby and Andrew back and how we were going to get this multiversal sinister, I guess you'd say 5, but this is so much more ambiguous, and this is so much more, it's called Multiverse of Madness. This film is madness. This, even the speculation, the speculation for No Way Home was one thing, but also, I mean, the speculation for this movie and the amount of characters from Marvel's Fox universe and the Sonyverse and all of these different Marvel films. I mean, basically everything is on the table. And that's what's crazy about Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Nothing is too crazy. Nothing is too out in left field when we're dealing with this kind of thing. So, kind of, Miguel, real briefly, what are your thoughts overall on this film and kind of its implications moving forward?
So I would definitely say that this movie in particular is probably going to be one of their most ambitious one yet, mainly because of what you said, that in regards to how so many studios are crossing over, or there's talks of studio characters, different studio characters coming from different, you know, areas and coming together for this one movie. It's so ambitious because it's like we don't know whether this shit can. We know it can work in some degree if it's just like one from each studio, but this they're talking about like encompassing like every single Marvel project known to man. So this is probably the most ambitious one yet. And because there's talk saying that Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness is going to have probably the most stacked crew, even more than Infinity War and Endgame. But the difference in this is with Endgame and Infinity War, they were all in the same universe already. Like they were already like established.
Right.
This one, they're just pulling shit out of their ass. And they're like, hey,
Right. What?
guess who's here?
You know, the thing about some of these are, you know, it's not like we're gonna get you know, a Ghost Rider, we're gonna get a Fantastic Four, we're gonna get, you know, these are characters. Much of what we see in this movie is going to be a glorified cameo, and that's basically it. They're gonna be there to be a cameo. That's the purpose. And we know Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness went through, I believe, 8 weeks of reshoots, shooting 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, like nonstop. It was very, very serious reshoots. And you know, Benedict Cumberbatch had commented on that a few times. So this is going to be a big one. The thing that's really, really important is all of these rumors should be treated as rumors only. You got to take it with a grain of salt, unless it comes straight from Marvel Studios or unless you see it in a trailer or a TV spot. It's got to be treated as a rumor. Now, the thing about that is there are so many industry insiders on the scene, and this is kind of the double-edged sword. That how should I put it? This is the double-edged sword that we're living in our generation because of Twitter, because everything is at your fingertips, because you can literally, like, accessing information is so easy. And there are industry insiders. There are people that are close to these projects, that are close to Marvel Studios, that are close to Disney, and they kind of feed information to the general public. Now, if I'm a studio, of course, that sucks. You want to keep your project semi under wraps. But at the same time, would Spider-Man No Way Home have been as big of a deal as it was if all of the speculation and the leaks didn't happen?
No, it still
I
would
don't
have.
know. I mean, it would have been a big deal, obviously, once it came out and everybody was like, dude, you got to go see this movie. This was the craziest thing I've ever seen. But the build up to that, I mean,
But
seeing
don't you?
Spider-Man and No Way Home and Multiverse and all these things trend every single day after day, I feel like the build up to that movie was almost as cool as seeing it in person for the first time.
Yeah, I get that. But like, my question to you is, do you kind of miss that type of factor? Like, do you guys miss it? Like the whole like, oh, I'm just gonna go watch this movie and then just get completely blown away, and then it's like word of mouth. Granted, I'm grateful for the leaks and all that stuff because obviously we would not have this hobby. But but I'm just saying, like, I feel like I would have been more appreciative of all the movies that we've seen so far if I saw them with no buffer, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
If I had no leaks, no insider information, and like just watching it off the seat of my pants and just being astounded by what they offered right then and there. It would make me want to watch the movie again more because then I would still have that shock factor in the first like first viewing of the movie. I would still have so much of the shock factor that I would want to go back and watch it again. And I think that would be wonderful.
I think it's also circumstantial too, though. You know what I mean? Like, there are certain projects like Avengers Endgame. I purposely stayed away. I don't know if I've ever tried to stay away from a movie as much as I have Endgame. Like, I just didn't want to know. There was talk of, the time travel thing and the quantum realm and that I mean, that, again, I'm a surface level spoilers guy, and I've said that I said that a lot for Halloween Kills when we were kind of talking about that movie a whole lot. But I don't mind surface level things. And even like Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, all of these cameos that we're about to go through, and it's a list of about 20 that we're about to talk about right now. And that's not all of them. Just to kind of like to put it in perspective for you, we're about to talk about probably 15, 20 cameos or more, and that is not all of them that are being floated around. These are just the ones that have been kind of substantiated by the industry insiders on Twitter. And, if you ever want to check out any of those accounts, My Time to Shine Hello is another. And of course, these are mostly anonymous, is another really kind of hot on the scene right now. She's nailing a whole lot of stuff on Twitter. You have Big Screen Leaks. You have Daniel Rickman, RPK, who has an impeccable track record. I mean, there are people on Twitter. Casey Walsh, I think his handle is the Comics Kid with 2 X's. I mean, there are people that are nailing this information, and people that have been nailing information about Marvel Studios since the Infinity War and Endgame days 3 years ago. Dude, Endgame was 3 years ago. We were just talking about that today. I don't remember where I heard it, but I was like,
well, it hit me. It hit me how much is going on, because they said WandaVision was literally a year ago, which
WandaVision was a year ago.
I know that's not too long. Like fuck off, guys. It's a long time. A year is a long time.
And of course, like with everything going on, I feel like it's like April 2020 still. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't feel like it's been 2 years at all.
I know, like it's only been a year of us doing this podcast, but it feels like I've been doing this for like 5 already.
Yeah.
So it's like knowing that Endgame was literally 3 years ago is completely bonkers to me.
Yeah, for sure, man. I saw J-Dead is in the house. What's going on, buddy?
Hello, buddy.
Good to see you here. So Miguel, let's do this. First off, let me get my crap together here. Let's talk about the plot. First things first, let's talk about the plot. And this is more on the speculative side. And I should say this, everything that we're going to talk about tonight is pure speculation. Yes, there are some rumors. Yes, there are things that are going on. Again, with these industry insiders, things that they are kind of dropping on Twitter and on social media. Murphy's Multiverse, Charles Murphy. There's so many of them now. And again, that's why it's kind of this double-edged sword, because yes, you want to keep the project secretive and these kind of lucrative properties, but you also for me, I feed off of that too, though. Like my blood gets pumping when something crazy drops and I'm like, holy crap. And I got to text him right away. Like I have to text you. Like do I not? I mean, it's like an ordeal. I spam text you, and I know that I do. I know that I do. But like I get so excited when I see something that like catches me off guard or is really cool and exciting. I'm like, I have to talk to him about this. I have to. And again, that's why this show exists. That's how this show happened, because of that Disney Investor Day. And I know those weren't leaks, but it was just I feed off of that kind of thing. So let's talk about the plot. Miguel, based on the trailer, and we've only seen one trailer at the end of Spider-Man No Way Home. It's on YouTube. We're not going to do a breakdown here on the show. There's enough other things to talk about. What are you thinking for the plot of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness?
Fuck, I don't know. That's why I like it so much, right? Because it was pretty much like, I don't know. Because it was technically like it was like what's it called? It was a post-credit scene. You guys remember that was the first time I saw it, was the post-credit scene. And when I saw it, I was like, okay, I guess we're just gonna have a little snippet. But no, it deadass was a trailer, and I was like, this is rather new. This is something Marvel has not done yet.
Yeah.
So I was thoroughly surprised by that. And looking at the plot, obviously this is going to take part right after No Way Home. So what I'm curious to know is what my general idea as to what the movie is going to be about is, obviously Doctor Strange had just casted the spell to have everyone forget that Peter Parker is Spider-Man.
Right.
And I think in doing that, still messed up the multiverse, or still cracked the multiverse to some degree. So pretty much, I would say after the effects of No Way Home, Mordo decided to reach out to Doctor Strange and let him know that what he's doing is exactly what he said, is messing with the fabric of reality and how it's going to have massive repercussions.
Right.
So I think Mordo is going to be a interesting character to check on. Even though he's not technically a villain, he is definitely an adversary of Doctor Strange. So he'll definitely play a major role into the movie as well. Doctor Strange is, I feel like he's probably going to be overall correcting the mistakes. I don't know why I stuck my tongue out like that. The fuck? I like he's going to be correcting the effects of the spell that he did. The two spells. Let it be known. The two massive spells that he did to this world for Peter Parker. I think he's going to try his best to collectively round up any type of stragglers he may have left out, or figure out what this whole multiverse thing is, because whenever we saw Doctor Strange, he was willing to help Peter Parker, but whenever he messed up the spell, whenever he botched up the spell, he immediately started thinking of like the multiverse stuff. Yeah. So it's almost as if Doctor Strange has been aware of the multiverse since, I don't know when, probably since events of Loki, maybe since something. I don't know. Right. We don't know when Doctor Strange found out what the multiverse was, to some degree. Mm-hmm. So I think he's just now trying to understand what the multiverse consists of, and that will send him down a downward spiral into, fucking Alice, like an Alice in Wonderland when he goes down the rabbit hole. Like, he's going down a rabbit hole, and he's gonna need as much help as he can, which is where he goes after is it Miss America and Wanda?
America Chavez.
Yeah, America Chavez, Wanda, and just a whole litany of people he's gonna have to ask for help in this situation. I have no idea who the fuck that guy is with the eye and the tentacles. No idea how that dude plays.
We're getting ready to talk about that in a minute.
I have no idea how he plays in the movie, but he looks cool.
So for me, J-Dead actually says, before I go into my prediction, he says, the feel I kind of get is Doctor Strange gets sent to different universes and has to find his way back while being introduced to new villains and heroes through each universe. That's not a bad idea.
So is this Doctor Strange No Way Home?
Doctor Strange No Way Home. So my kind of thoughts on this movie, I feel like this is the perfect storm of things. You have what's happened in WandaVision. You have what happened during the events of Spider-Man No Way Home, what Strange did. You have Loki and Sylvie, who have just unleashed the multiverse. There are a lot of different things at play here, and that's why I think it's almost difficult to even come up with like a singular plot. Like, this is what's going to happen, because there are so many wheels turning right now with this movie. I mean, you just said it yourself. I mean, we have at least 3 different possibilities for villains. We have a slew of characters that are rumored to be in this movie. I mean, we have so many different things that are going on here, and my thought is, I know what's being rumored, and we're going to talk about that in a minute and give it kind of its own segment. I think that Strange is going to quickly realize, if you look at the trailer, he walks out of the sanctum, and when New York, it's kind of a carbon copy live action version of what happens in What If.
Fuck yeah, I totally forgot about
when he walks out of
Doctor
the sanctum,
Strange.
and
I really did.
New York is like melting and imploding on itself. He almost kind of looks like he's way out of his league, and he sees that. Because Strange is kind of the type where, even with Tony, everything with Thanos, Strange was very like, do it by the book. I know what has to be done. Strange gets it. And I feel like we're moving into territory where Strange is clueless. He has no idea, not clueless, but like I said, he's very outside of his league. So I think there's a lot. I think there's a lot of wheels that are spinning in this movie. Jay Dead said, or could Doctor Strange be writing his own prescriptions for a little out of hand? Things just got a little out of hand. It's like, okay,
dude,
bro.
I love how Doctor Strange can really just play. He can play like a sophisticated, like wizard, or I forgot, sorcerer. Sorry, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just saw Falcon and Winter Soldier, and that's why it came up.
Yeah.
But and then he can play just this crazy
Oh
looking
yeah.
fucking warlock or some bullshit like that. He did a great job in the What If series. I love the battle that they had with one another, and I'm excited to see it live action. I did not think I was going to see that live action. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, and that's kind of the thing is, I think this movie, I at least based on the trailer, it really has a darker looking tone,
Mm-hmm.
and we've heard, obviously, Sam Raimi's directing it. You know, I mean, duh. It's gonna have more of a horror movie ish tone. It's gonna be darker. It's gonna be grittier. It's not gonna be kind of your have fun Marvel movie. This is gonna be um, pretty dark, and there's going to be some crazy stuff that goes on in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Now, here's the thing. This kind of goes into if we're going to continue talking about the plot. One of the biggest pieces of this plot is who is going to be the main villain of the movie, because there could be as many as 3 or more, and that kind of dictates what it dictates the direction that this movie is going to go.
Mm-hmm.
First one that comes to mind. Let's do this since you brought this up. I correct me in the chat. I wasn't extremely familiar with this character, but I did a little bit of research today. If you watched the trailer and saw this beautiful, sexy man right here, they're
Did you just like assume his gender? You cisgender motherfucker! How dare you,
bro? It's a space monster.
I know.
So if you look here, this is a character that they are calling Gargantos. Now, Gargantos, at least
I
this
love that
version
meal at
of
Jimmy John's.
What?
Oh, that's the gargantuan. My bad. I'm stupid. My bad. I'm gonna call him gargantuan now.
You look at that and think Jimmy John's.
Yeah, right.
So this version, Gargantos, looks incredibly a lot like Shuma Gorath, who is another pretty major Doctor Strange villain. Now, Shuma Gorath, again, kind of this strange eye tentacle octopus.
Bro, do you look at that
deal.
look at that comic strip, man? Do you see old girl with the whip? Like, what the fuck is that gonna do to that giant one-eyed beast?
Who do we even got in this picture? I see
obviously Captain America. I see another Captain America.
Hawkeye is in there.
I see Captain Britain.
The
and
Human
he says,
Torch.
We have a problem. I see Doctor Strange.
The Human Torch is up there on the right-hand corner.
Yeah. That looks like one of Iron Man's suit, but he looks like Ironmonger.
That looks like the Iron Punk suit. It's like punk rock. It's got like the spikes on the.
And
it looks like
I see
like if Tony joined a biker gang.
Right? Yeah. I see 2 Human Torches. I don't know if you noticed that.
2 what?
And yeah.
You're right. Well, and this kind of goes into what we're saying. So Shuma Gorath is a multiversal villain. He is a villain that I believe travels between universes. Now,
and fuck shit up.
They look very similar. I mean, the comic version compared to that, they look extremely similar. From what I understand, there is a legal issue, a copyright rights issue with using Shuma Gorath as the name. So I'm not sure if Gargantos is just going to be the name they go with in this film. I saw a theory that maybe
who the fuck has Shuma Gorath?
I don't know.
Who the fuck what studio has that? Because I swear to God, Marvel has every other studio on lock. Like what studio has Shuma Gorath and just doesn't want to give it up?
Marvel has every other studio on lock except Sony.
Is it Sony,
I don't think it's Sony though. I don't know. I'll have to do more research. But if you're watching and let us know what the rights issue is with Shuma Gorath.
Because they're on good terms right now.
I know, but it's not Sony. It's something. I think it's something else. I don't think it's the character. I think it's because I think Shuma Gorath. Hold on. Let's
who owns the name Shuma Gorath?
Let's see.
Bro, like, listen, see. Marvel, I love you.
Yeah, it's okay. Shuma Gorath, is a God. Where did this go? Hold on a second. Let's Wikipedia this thing.
Google's like, did you just cast a spell on me or something?
Shumagorath is an ancient force of chaos, the immortal, nigh invincible, and godlike ruler of nearly 100 alternate universes capable of energy production, shape-shifting, teleportation, levitation, altering reality, and sympathetic magic, along many other feats. He is described as Miguel, he is described as being vastly more powerful than any other mighty demonic enemies, such as Satanish and Mephisto, and is capable of automatically destroying multiple galaxies through aura pressure alone. There you have it. Shumagorath. Yeah, I don't know who owns Shumagorath. And then if we search Gargantos,
where are we getting at?
Yeah, is Gargantos Shumagorath? Let's clarify. Gargantos is not Shumagorath. Despite looking very similar, they have different histories. Gargantos has a limited presence in Marvel Comics, making only 2 appearances. The first came in Submariner number 13, the second in X Factor number 4 in 1989. So they are not the same character.
Yeah, so fuck us, I guess.
But again, they look so similar. I don't know. I believe this is supposed to be Gargantos. And that makes sense if the Namor rumor is true, and Namor is about to make his MCU debut. I could see that being that makes sense to me. So it's unclear whether or not this is really going to be Shumagorath or whether or not this is going to be Gargantos, but they are in the film. This is a straight up screen grab from the Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness trailer. So I mean, there you go. There you have it. This is, again, multiversal villains, both of them, trying to rule and travel between universes, things like that.
I love how Gargantos looks like he's about to, like, throw that ball like a spiral, like Tom Brady. You see how he has
he's about to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, right. You see how he looked like he's about to put a spiral on that bus. I can't wait to see that scene.
Bro,
hey, Buccaneers, Gargantos, put him in there, man.
Playing for the Bengals, Brady. Dude. Bengals, Cincinnati is killing it right now, and I'm not I don't even care about football. I really don't. But like when they won the other night and everybody freaked out, I was like, wow.
Yeah, because literally the last time the Bengals won like a playoff game was like fucking 1992, if I'm not mistaken.
Julia had it on. It's been 31 years. It's been since 1990.
Yep.
It makes me feel disgusting that 1990 was 31 years ago, but what are you gonna
do? Well, we're getting close to our 30s, guys.
I know.
Yeah. So.
But so there's possible villain number 1. The next very obvious villain is Wanda Maximoff herself, the Scarlet Witch. I think she is the one that is kind of a given. For sure, 100%, Wanda is going to be a villain, possibly even the main villain in Multiverse of Madness. Here's why. Check out this tweet. This is the My Time to Shine Hello account. Someone tweeted and said, watch the Multiverse of Madness trailer again and notice something. Wong is being bound by Wanda.
Wow, that was
and if you zoom, I know. Wanda is being downed by Wanda. Wong is being he looks like he's gotten himself rocked. Let's be real.
Yeah, he's literally thinking to himself, I'm only the Sorcerer Supreme by a technicality. What the fuck, guys?
When he's talking to Strange, he's like, I'm the Sorcerer Supreme. And then Wanda's about to kill him, and he's like, you got to go talk to Strange. That's not me, man. I'm not the Sorcerer Supreme.
Only by technicality. Can you spare me?
But specifically, if you look at his wrist, you can see Wanda's pinkish glow, same exact color as you see here. Wanda is bounding him. Yeah, you can kind of see the glow if you look at like the far left and the far right side of the screen. His hands, I mean, he's obviously being, he's being held up. And Wanda, of course, kind of went a little bonkers at the end of WandaVision. Her kids are gone. She was reading, I forget, what's the book called, Miguel? The book she was reading, The Dark Magic.
The Necro something?
Not the Necronomicon. What is this, Evil Dead? It is directed by Sam Raimi. Bro, could you imagine if Ash walked out of a portal? I would die. Like, my soul would leave my body.
I would love to so much, but unfortunately, he said that he will no longer play Ash anymore, so it was a big letdown.
What are you going to do? But My Time to Shine Hello did confirm, indeed he is, meaning he's being bound by Wanda because she's the main villain in the film. When will people accept this? I
The
know a lot
Darkhold.
of people, a lot of the Darkhold. Yes, you're right. Thank you. Apparently, a lot of people don't like the thought of Wanda being a villain. But I didn't mean to pull that up just yet. But it makes sense for Wanda to be the villain. I mean, you know, she's read the dark magic. It's kind of starting to corrupt her mind. She's lost vision. She's now lost her kids, which I believe from, you know, again, rumor has it that she is searching for her two kids. The two kids that we saw in WandaVision that she had with Vision. She is searching for them throughout the multiverse, believing she will find them, and that's kind of her driving factor. Much as it was in WandaVision, she was trying to hold on to that like fabricated reality that she created. And we know we haven't even barely began to see like the full like Scarlet Witch potential in her of what she can do. So I'm super stoked to see kind of what she does in this movie. I mean, what are you hyped to see her as a villain in that kind of capacity?
See, I just don't think Wanda would be the villain. I'm sorry,
I
you
think she is,
insider,
man.
but I don't
think she
think
is.
so. I think she'll be a headache for sure. She's gonna be like that, like Doctor Strange is literally gonna have to babysit her the entire time because she's gonna fuck up a lot. So, like, I don't know. I don't think she's going to be like. I don't think she's going to be the villain. She's just gonna be a major headache that Doctor Strange is gonna have to like handle every now and then.
Interesting.
Because we
disagree on this one.
Yeah, because we have evil Doctor Strange. As simple as that. And how are you going to throw that down the drain? Literally, evil Doctor Strange swallowed a blown up universe like he was taking a Tic Tac.
Yes,
you can't let that go under the rug.
I don't know. So that's kind of the thoughts on Wanda. Another really. We'll come back to that. We'll come back to Wanda in a minute because you already mentioned one of them. Evil Doctor Sprain. Doctor Sprain. Doctor Sprain sprained my ankle. Evil Doctor Strange was seen at the end of the trailer. Of course, he says things just got a little out of hand or whatever.
Boy, look at that range. If you want to show range, show that picture.
Yeah, for sure. So this is going to be an interesting one, man. I don't know. Kind of. I'm not sure whether or not he's going to be the main villain or not. I could see him being a big part of it. Like I said, I think there are going to be multiple wheels spinning at the same time in this movie. I don't think there's only one villain. Look at him. There's 3 confirmed, right? At least 2 in your eyes. If you count Gargantos and Evil Strange. There's at least 2 villains confirmed right now. Here's what I don't want, though. I loved the what if storyline of the 2 Doctor Stranges like facing off against each other. I don't want to see a carbon copy of that though. You know what I mean? I think this still has to be this has to be its own thing.
I want to see it. I want to see that live action. I want to see the both of them fighting the fucking Jimmy John sandwich looking guy and fucking up Wanda. I want to see both of them go head to head. That's as simple as that.
So you want to see this scene like exactly?
Yeah, I don't mind.
Interesting.
Why not?
I
literally Doctor Strange, like evil Doctor Strange was literally the best thing out of the What If series. Let's be honest, guys. Yeah, like
it was
Vision,
I'll agree.
Like Ultron with the Infinity Stones. Yeah, that was pretty rad. But dude, evil Doctor Strange was just a fucking menace to society. Let's not just throw that under the rug.
That's fair.
So
that's fair.
The fact that they're hinting that is exciting for me because I want to see that. I want to see those I want to see his powers in live action.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, Doctor Strange is definitely one that's pulling his punches. You know what I mean? Like he's not one to, not pull his punches. Like he's keeping himself restrained to some degree.
Are you saying Evil Strange is the one like pulling the strings, like kind of behind this whole thing?
Yeah.
See, I'm not convinced of that. I still think Wanda is a contender there. I think the main
I think she's just gonna
overarching
fuck it
villain.
up.
I think the main overarching villain is still between Evil Strange Supreme, and Wanda. I really do. And if you go off of, if you're following these peeps that are spot on all the time, bro, she's the main villain. You're one of these people she's talking about that's like, yo, when will you accept that Wanda's the villain?
Because she's not going to be like the main villain. She'd probably be the last villain, but she's not going to be the main villain. Because Doctor Strange is literally going to her for help. They're gonna fight Jimmy Johns, and then they're gonna fight evil Doctor Strange, and then at the
I'm
end,
gonna see now is Jimmy Johns.
And then after they defeat the evil Doctor Strange, Wanda just gonna lose her shit. It's as simple as that.
So you think it's gonna pull a Dark Knight? So Evil Strange is like the Joker, and then Wanda's gonna be Two-Face coming in hot at the end.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what the fuck? Yeah, yeah, pretty much. I could see that. I could see Wanda just finally snapping at the end of at damn near the climax of the movie, and then Doctor Strange has to think of something.
What if
because I don't think Doctor Strange is gonna win in this movie. I don't think there's gonna be a happy ending in this movie at all.
Say your theory is 100% true, and Wanda's not the main villain to start off. She's helping Strange. Maybe what if at some point in this movie she sees her kids in a universe?
Yes.
And that is what makes her go off the deep end, like derails her character. I could see something like that happening as well. If your theory is correct, I'm still not convinced. I'm not 100% convinced. So we disagree on the main villain. Another really important aspect, as we're talking about Wanda, also coming from My Time to Shine. Hello. Someone said, does she do a reverse of No More Mutants, bringing mutants back instead of getting rid of them like in the comics? And My Time to Shine kind of corroborating that, saying she does something at the end. I'm not sure what it is, but probably that. So what do you think of like the reverse House of M thing, where she says no more mutants and she vows to kill all of the X-Men and all of the mutants in the universes, but this time she ends up bringing mutants into the MCU?
Well, I'm correct in regards to she does something at the end. So she does fuck something up at the end. It's as simple as that.
Oh, so you're right. Yeah, maybe you are right. I don't know.
There you go. Congrats. Your statement was complicated.
Again, everything is on the table here. I don't. Yeah. I mean, it's wild sauce, man. Before we roll, we keep rolling. Let's check out. I know some of you were saying some things in the chat. J Dead comes in. If I can't spell a villain's name, then they don't. They don't exist in my universe. Sierra, what's going on? She says Brad doesn't care about football. Lost my sub. Well, what are you gonna do?
Dang, dude.
It happens. I'll be willing.
I'll help him. I'll help him fall in love with football. Don't worry, we'll get there.
It's not going to happen. I'm sorry.
We'll get there.
I've tried for what, 9-10 years. A lot of years of marching band. I can't do it. I can't do it, man.
That would change. Me and Julia will convert him.
Whatever. J-Dad says, I'm sure he got better Spiral than Tim Tebow. Oh, he's talking.
Yeah. Bro,
talking about Gargantos.
Yeah. Literally. Tom Brady, eat your heart out, man. That thing's going deep. I told you. He's gonna be an interesting guy to look at. I hope. Funny. See, look, this is like one of the first, like, how can I say this? Gargantos is going to be like the first like sentient like creature, like monster. Like, we're gonna be able to like see his emotions in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I hope they don't wreck his shit. You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
Like, he's gonna be like the first sentient like creature that has like you're gonna be able to like see his emotions.
Right.
I hope they don't just fuck his life up.
Well, you have to remember though, we did
and
see
then
him
like
before
he dies, he has like the little teardrop right out of his one eye. That's gonna be so sad.
In the Captain Carter episode of What If, that was Gargantos. I would be willing to bet money on it.
I thought that was Shimagorgon.
Gorath? Yeah, it's like the what who is it that does the is it Busta Rhymes who does the
Yeah.
No, or is it Tracy Morgan that does that?
Bro, where are we going with this?
I don't know. I can't rap, whatever. Moving on, Jaden, I'd like to see him against a bunch of unknown villains. Like he enters a universe where it's just all evil, nothing good, and they follow him back into his universe. That's an interesting thought too. I'd be semi down for that. I'd be okay. So kind of moving on, this is a big plot point, and I know this has got me hype. I know it's got to have you hype because you've kind of been a fan of this all along. If we're talking about the plot of the movie and we're talking about the events of what happened in Spider-Man No Way Home, as you said, Strange is kind of in trouble. Strange is not, he's in over his head. He doesn't completely understand the effects of what's going on. And that kind of brings us to our next big point here, because Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness is rumored to finally introduce the Illuminati to the MCU. Now, if you're not sure what the Illuminati is a group of superheroes. It consists of Namor, Black Bolt, Iron Man, Professor Charles Xavier, Reed Richards, and Doctor Strange, kind of representing their own areas. Tony Stark representing the Avengers, Reed Richards representing the Fantastic Four, Professor Xavier representing the X-Men, Black Bolt the Inhumans, Namor the Atlanteans, and Doctor Strange, I guess, himself, or
the different dimensions,
sorcerers,
dude. Like he's
who does Strange
everything.
represent?
he represents everything, I guess, or just the sorcerers.
Yeah,
because the sorcerer society is like pretty big. Like, you know,
yeah.
I don't know what the fucking name of the place he goes. What's it called? Like, what's the place where they all train?
I don't know. Not the Sanctum, because the Sanctum is, I'm not sure. I don't remember. Yeah. But the Illuminati is rumored to be introduced in this. Now, we've talked kind of briefly about Baron Mordo. If you remember him from the first Doctor Strange film, we're not 100% positive. Like Marvel fandom is not positive whether he's a friend or a foe in this movie.
No, he's just gonna be a guy that's like I told you so.
I kind of think so too. There was some concept art we actually talked about on an episode a couple weeks ago that had Baron Mordo bringing a kind of cyber handcuff type deal to the Illuminati. Notably, Charles Xavier and Reed Richards were standing there waiting for him. Now, I know you're probably thinking, A, Tony Stark is dead. B, Doctor Strange is already in trouble. And C, half of these characters we don't have MCU versions of yet. I know Namor is rumored to be coming up. Reed Richards is rumored to be coming up. But here's where we get kind of wild sauce with the cameos and the rumored cast list. Again, that body count as it's been described on Twitter.
This body count is referring to deaths, right, guys? Like, what are we getting at here?
Not body count, but I don't know, whatever. You know what I'm talking about here, Miguel. You know what I'm trying to say. So this multiversal Illuminati is said to consist of possibly Black Bolt. Again, we don't know casting. We've never had a live action Black Bolt before. Possibly,
yeah, we have.
Namor.
The TV show, The Inhumans.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, that lasted like a week.
That. I didn't watch that, so I don't know.
Yeah, it lasted like a week.
Of Black Bolt, possibly Namor could be introduced in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Here's where we get crazy, though. And again, I'm going to go ahead and maybe issue slight spoiler warning. If you want to know
no spoiler because we don't. Oh, okay.
If you want to know nothing, then maybe
this
back
is not
out.
Spoilers. These are just speculations.
None of this is confirmed. Like you said, it's just speculation. Other than these industry insiders who are trying to corroborate these stories, possibly the one person that is 200% likely to be in this film as kind of the elder in the Illuminati is Patrick Stewart's Charles Xavier from the X-Men films in the Fox universe. Yes, Patrick Stewart returning to play Charles Xavier. He's denied this. He actually denied this pretty recently, I believe. But if I
I
mean,
thought it was gonna
look
be what's his name?
look at look at Andrew Garfield, look at Toby, look at Charlie Cox. They all said they weren't in it, and duh.
I
You
know,
thought it was
right?
going to be who?
I thought it was gonna be the younger guy.
I don't think so. I'm hearing Patrick Stewart.
I saw pictures of people from the first class being in there. Like
I
Jean Grey had her
again,
hair dyed, and
possibly.
what's his name? I'm sorry, I forgot his name because he's a dope character or a dope actor, but he shaved his head. So I was
James
like,
McAvoy.
yeah, James McAvoy.
Yeah, I've seen him tossed around as well. If you go check out that My Time to Shine Hello account, if you check out Daniel Rickman, if you check out some of these Marvel industry insider peoples, I'm hearing Patrick Stewart more than anything else, and I've read about Patrick Stewart. I mean, again, all cards are on the table. Could we see James McAvoy? Sure. Could we see some of the other X-Men characters? Absolutely. But Patrick Stewart is kind of the one that I think a lot of people are pointing to. So he would, I guess, be kind of the elder in the Illuminati, right? I mean, he's one
I
of
don't
the
know what his
oldest live-action Marvel characters around. He's older than Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man.
What did you hear that Tobey Maguire is the same age as Willem Dafoe when he first
I
was
know.
introduced?
That makes me sick to my stomach.
That's so great.
I'm not about that. I'm not about it.
So great, man.
Don't like it.
Oh yeah, so Patrick Stewart possibly returning as Professor X.
Which would you prefer,
Multiverse
James
of
McAvoy or
Madness.
Patrick Stewart?
Being honest, Patrick Stewart's getting a little old around the
He's
gills.
getting a little old, but I think it'd be dope though.
It would
I think
be dope.
It'd be pretty dope though to see him like I'm like not suit up. I mean, bro just wears
Sit down.
like,
you mean
literally suit up?
Yeah, he does suit up. The fuck.
Like wearing an actual suit.
Yeah.
I'd be down to see him. Back in action. The big rumor here is that Patrick Stewart's Professor X, or Professor X, whichever version, has a massive fight scene with Wanda Maximoff. And I've heard, I believe this might have even come from Grace Randolph, that Charles Xavier is decapitated by Wanda, which would be, dare I say, thrilling? Like, would that be kind of wild to see?
I mean, it doesn't really make sense if I'm being honest. Like they're more like I'd much rather see like a telepathic battle. You know what I mean? Not like
they're similar though, because she can do mind control stuff.
Yeah, she could fuck with your mind, but Charles Xavier is much more, how you say, experienced in that regard. So I don't know. I think if I'm going to see a Patrick Stewart and Wanda Maximoff battle, I would love suits up, puts on depend. Oh my god. But yeah, because he's gonna shit his pants as soon as he sees Wanda. But that's my thing. Like it's like okay, off topic, because it's possible that we may see her in the movie. Is Jean Grey more powerful than Wanda?
If she's got Phoenix Force, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. That's kind of what I figured.
But I don't know. I mean, there's so many what ifs. Literally, what if? There are so many what ifs in this movie.
Season 2, here we come.
So obviously there is kind of the Professor X theory about Wanda fighting him. He is kind of the elder in the Illuminati, in this multiversal Illuminati. And I think it's important to say, too, that this Illuminati would not be the MCU's Illuminati. This would be something else entirely. We'll come back to that in a minute. The next big rumor, and I don't know how I feel about this one. On one hand, I'm okay with it. On another hand, it kind of hurts me in my soul. Rumor that Tom Cruise will play a variant of Tony
Stark. Such a stupid picture. There's so many other concept arts you could have used. But you decided to go for the face swap?
What
the hell is wrong with you, man?
What are you gonna do? I don't know. Okay, here's the thing. I'm a big I'm a huge RDJ.
He looks like Tom Cruise from like Top Gun. That looks like a picture from Maverick. And that was in the 80s or 90s, whatever. That was a while ago.
He'd be like, "Hey,
Hey,
This is the
dude,
multiverse.
bro,
This
literally,
is crazy.
that looks like something like if Scientology was a real thing, that's probably what it ended up looking like. He gets like the Mark
Oh my
85
god.
armor. You know what I mean?
Moving moving
Scientology,
on.
guys.
This is this is the one that I'm kind of like I don't know about. I don't know. Tony's real close to my heart. So like I don't know
Get
how I
over it.
feel about this.
Get over it, dog. I'm sorry.
I get it. I get it. I
Like,
get it. So
honestly, it makes sense because we're doing multiverse stuff. Literally, leave your attachment at the door when you go into this movie
I know. I need
because it's
to
going to be so off the wall. They're going to say "fuck you" to Earth, whatever Earth this is, because it's not 616 as Mysterio said. I don't know what universe the Marvel Cinematic Universe is, but yeah, leave that attachment at the door because a lot of people are going to die in this movie. I'm almost certain of it.
fair.
Because this is going to be the movie to retcon the entire universe. All of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
Like this movie is going to retcon everything from Fox, Sony, and Paramount.
it's going to
and all
make
the other
everything
stuff.
canon though. It's
Yeah,
gonna
but
it's not going to retcon them. It's going to make them canon, right?
It's going to make them canon, but then kill them off so that they just don't exist anymore. So that
Fair.
another can take their place.
There's a lot of people saying that they're going to bring all of these cameos back for Secret Wars, which I don't see happening. Not all of them.
If they can make the movie in time before everyone gets, saggy around the balls, then yeah, maybe.
What? You got to have their balls on camera?
I'm just saying, dude.
You see the cameraman
people get old. We talk about how we want Hugh Jackman to come back, but Hugh Jackman is not going to get that body back from the Wolverine. He's not getting that back, guys.
Got that
I'm going to be honest. Yeah, he's got that.
He's
British,
on Broadway. I mean, he's got COVID right now, but he's on Broadway too.
You don't need
I think
a
he's doing the
six-pack
Music Man
to be in a musical,
like
though.
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like he's not
he's
getting that body back. So I'm just saying, I highly doubt you were going to see shirtless Hugh Jackman Wolverine ever again.
So I mean, so what you're saying is you're good with Tom Cruise playing a variant of Tony Stark?
Yeah, I don't care as long as he dies. unless
that like deal breaker, he's got to die.
Yeah, he's got to die. Like it's simple as that. Like if what you say from here I am, whatever your account is, if Wanda's gonna be pissed off, then yeah, just kill every single one of the Illuminati. But that doesn't make sense because if you're gonna do a Planet Hulk kills the entire Illuminati. Like I don't.
I know.
So,
but again,
I may sound like I'm disdaining what Marvel's doing right now. I'm not, because I know they're gonna do a good job in whatever movie they do at this point because they have the street credits for. They have the street creds, so I have faith that they'll make every story unique and awesome. But all I'm saying is like, I don't know if we're really gonna bring Tom Cruise into like the MCU and make him one Iron Man. That dude's not gonna survive. Let him be like the comic accurate Iron Man. Do you know what I mean by that?
I believe he's rumored to be Iron Man Supreme.
The Invincible Iron Man.
No, it's when he has the white suit. I forget which one it is. It's the white armor.
Ew, no, don't give Tom Cruise that. Fuck off. I don't care.
It's one of the darker
strong.
Like
don't allow him to have that in the contract.
Let me check. Is it?
It's where he can control it with his mind.
It's Supreme Iron Man. Superior Iron Man. Superior Iron Man. It's where he has the white suit. He's got white and blue armor. And yes, he kind of becomes one with the armor and stuff like that.
Ew, no,
but there's also a rumor that in this film we see him controlling Ultron. Like the Ultron thing went correctly. It went his way, and he's controlling Ultron robots. I don't know.
Okay, sure.
I don't know.
Don't give him that suit. That's where I'll draw the line. The only person that should deserve that suit was Tony Stark. I'm not gonna lie. No,
this is Tony Stark.
I'm fucking stupid. Remember? Is Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr. deserved to wear the superior Iron Man. If they give it to Tom Cruise, fuck off. I don't care how powerful Scientology is. It doesn't have an influence on me. Don't allow him to have the superior. Give him Give him the Mark. Give him the Mark III. Right? They're gonna be like, I'm pretty sure Scientologists have been trying to make an Iron Man suit for Tom Cruise right now.
Oh my god!
I am pretty sure. What if?
You're
What
ridiculous.
if? What if Tom Cruise is already has the superior Iron Man suit, but he just doesn't don it because
Then what's the point?
Because the world is not ready for Scientology to take fold.
Oh my god! I'm moving on. Okay. Next, so we've got Patrick Stewart's Professor Xavier. We have Tom Cruise's Tony Stark. The next kind of big one of the Illuminati. And this is where we kind of start to get a little crazy. I'm not really sure what to believe because there's been heavy rumors that Ian Gruffudd from the original Fantastic Four is playing Reed Richards. What?
Who? Say his name again?
It's Ioan. I think it's Ian Gruffudd.
Gruffudd. Okay, I thought you were tongue twisting again. I thought you were tongue fired again.
No. This guy, if you're watching on YouTube, this guy who played Reed Richards, I thought he was a great Reed Richards, to be completely honest. I really liked him playing Reed in the Illuminati. And if you look
back
Miles
at that, Teller?
No, I did not actually. No, I'm going to be straight up with you. I like Miles Teller, but I did not like him as Reed Richards. I thought he was kind of whatever. So there's a rumor that he is coming back to play Reed, which is dope. Those films get a lot of hate, the OG Fantastic Fours. I like them. Like, I feel like they have 2000s like splatted all over them, but like, it's still fun and it's still kind of cool. So the crazy thing, and he was a genius. I mean, he was very smart, especially if you look at like what he does in Silver Surfer in the sequel to that original film. I just dropped my pen. He does a lot of really cool stuff, but here's where it gets kind of screwy, Miguel. It's a few days ago. I think My Time to Shine actually broke this. She posted a tweet and it was like spoiler, 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 so that you had to click on the thing. Because there's a rumor that now it's actually happened. And John Krasinski is not playing the MCU's Reed Richards, but he will play a variant as a nod to this fan service ordeal, a variant of Reed Richards in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. So, ew. You like that?
Make him the MCU. Make him the MCU.
I know. I think he'd be a great choice too, but I don't know that it's going to happen. I really don't. So could we see 2 Reed Richards? I'd be down. I think I'd prefer him a little bit more. I'd prefer him a little bit more because we already. Yes, but that's why, because we've seen him.
So make him a variant.
There's already an emotional attachment to this to the original 2005 or 4 or 5, whatever it was, Reed Richards.
So John Krasinski,
if John Krasinski is literally just going to be a cameo, like a fan service thing in Multiverse of Madness, don't do that. Like, I don't want that.
Yeah, I don't want
like that. Dude, I'd rather just keep it at 1.
If you go back to the Krasinski one, I love how like it's the picture from 13 Hours from that movie.
Yeah.
And they photoshopped the Wolverine's suit from Days of Future Past and they just slapped a 4 on it. That's literally what they just did. Props to you guys, whoever made that. Shout out to you.
Yeah.
But you're not fooling anyone. You're not fooling me.
So if you had to pick, we could get 2 of them. Again, all bets are off. If we get 2 of them, so be it. Sweet. If you only had to pick 1, would you pick Ian Gruffudd or would you pick John Krasinski to make their appearance?
Ian Gruffy.
I would think so too. He's my choice.
Ian Gruffy. I would go for him.
Definitely my choice. And again, we don't know Black Bolt. We don't know Namor. We're not sure about those yet. And again, I don't say we as in me and Miguel. I mean the collective Marvel fandom. Nobody is sure about those characters yet. But again, My Time to Shine. Hello, we've talked about her a whole lot. She actually tweeted something on January 10th. Don't expect the Illuminati to survive Multiverse of Madness.
I feel like she's just like saying. I think she's just like breathing air at this point.
I don't think so, Miguel. I don't
Bro,
think so.
where's her credit though? This is the first time
But
I've
that's
heard
the
of My
thing.
Time to
You
Shine.
have to build your street cred, and a lot of these guys have built street cred because they've gotten stuff right. That's the thing, is when you have a leaker who's just throwing information out there, but when it starts being correct, it's like, oh, like she
I know.
dropped stuff about No Way Home that was all spot on.
Who the fuck is she? That's all I gotta say.
Exactly, but they can't give themselves away. It's got to be anonymous, you know. It's got to be anonymous, or else
I don't know.
you'd be sued for everything you're worth.
I don't know, man. It's just. I feel like some of these people, when they do these leaks, they literally pick an NFT to make their profile picture, and they create some weird name, My Time to Shine, if that doesn't sound pretentious enough, and they just throw shit on the wall and see what sticks, which is cool. Listen, if you got this shit on lock, props to you. I will buy you a drink. I will Venmo you a drink. Send me your username.
Wow, my God.
But the fuck,
Wow.
like I don't know. Some of them are with this whole Multiverse of Madness. Like obviously, I have some expectations of this movie, but it's like I don't vibe with seeing all this shit because it's like I don't know. Like I would love to see all these people, but I just want to be like astounded by it. Like I just want to be surprised by it. Obviously, it's not gonna be the case now. But I just want to be. I don't want to sit there and get that shock factor.
You know, with No Way Home, we kind of knew it was coming. We knew who was going to be in it. We knew Toby and Andrew were going to be in it. We knew Charlie Cox was going to be in it. But it was almost a thrill being like, we were right. Like we knew we were right. This is going to be kind of a surprise. Like this is going to be fun just to see like who's it going to be? Like who are we going to get? You know what I mean? It's like you got a whole bag in front of you, and who are you going to get? Again, you and I are different in this episode, man. We're not agreeing on everything, which is kind of surprising me.
That's because I probably had 3 hours of sleep. I'm cranky.
Fair. So that's kind of about the Illuminati a little bit. Again, the Illuminati is rumored to make their appearance in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse.
And who the fuck is that chained up? Is that Batman?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know. Who knows? So next up, really kind of last in our topics for tonight, is the rest of the rumored cameos. Now, there's not a whole lot of information about the role they will play. Again, I think many of the cameos in this movie will literally just be cameos. They're not going to play a big role. They're not going to, they're not going to have a whole overarching, arc in the movie. I think they're going to be there to be a cameo for a couple of minutes, and then that's going to be it. I'm not expecting any crazy action scenes. I'm not expecting weight to their characters. Literally just to be like, oh, dude, that. Did you see that? And then we move on, So starting off, first one rumored to be in the movie. And again, this is, we have a select number of them. There are more. But, oh my God, J-Dad, just in time to shine, says, my Tommy Doyle will have a big role in Multiverse of Madness. Illuminati dies.
That's what I mean. I feel like she could say that and everyone would be like, yo. I feel like there'd be like 5 podcasters like us that would be like, yo, did you hear what she said? Tommy may be in the Multiverse of Madness. That's what I mean. Like, there's so many leakers out here. They're just saying shit.
Doctor Strange
sets up
Multiverse of Madness sets up Michael Myers kills the Marvel Universe.
Yeah, right. We were talking about that. Like, I think it was like before. I think yesterday or like before our last podcast, we were just talking about it just to be funny. But yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. I thought that would be a funny thing to see. It's like the Deadpool or like the Punisher kills the Marvel Universe. Yeah, it's like that'd be hilarious.
Yeah. First one to show up is or should I say Captain Carter. I think this is a funnier Photoshop, Miguel. It's literally the Winter Soldier poster with hot Scarlett Johansson and Samuel L. Jackson's shiny forehead in the background, photoshopped with the torso to look bigger like boobs, and then her terrible head Photoshop. No, that's
just his fucking chest, dude. He's just yoked. dog.
Oh, he's a yoke.
But yeah, that's a terrible Photoshop.
And again, I don't know. She was in the What If series. We had the scene with Shumagorath or Gargantos, whichever one it was. So I could see her showing up. Maybe even she gets pulled from that moment because she jumps in and we kind of don't see her again, if I remember correctly. It's been a while since I watched that series.
We didn't see her until the end.
Right. So who knows? She could be pulled from that moment. So that's kind of, and again, not a big one. I'd be like, oh, cool. It wouldn't blow me away. We already know about Baron Mordo. We already know that there's the rumor of him taking Doctor Strange to this multiversal Illuminati. We don't really know whether he's on our side, whether he's not on our side. And by our side, I mean Strange's side, friend or foe. We're not really sure. He's going to be an interesting one. I'm curious to see what happens with Mr. Mordo. Do you think he's with the Illuminati?
Nah, maybe.
Or does he work for the Illuminati?
Would you say Illuminati? Yeah,
I could see him working for them.
I just feel really odd saying that word right now. Just out because the real Illuminati is listening. Okay. But nonetheless, I would say Mordo is definitely going to be in the multiversal Illuminati. I would say he would be a member.
I could see that. I could see him being a member, especially since we don't have Namor yet. Officially in the MCU. We don't have an official Black Bolt yet. I doubt they would pull Black Bolt from that Inhuman series. I just doubt it.
All bets are off. Remember that?
I know. You're right. All bets are off. Everything's on the table. But these next maybe 10 to 12 are a lot bigger. What?
You said 10 to 12? We looking at
there's
12?
A lot, Miguel. There's a lot of people rumored to be in this movie. Next couple are a lot bigger, and we already mentioned him before. The man, the myth, the legend himself, Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. His Logan is rumored to make an appearance in Multiverse of Madness. Here's my thing about bringing Logan back. Logan already had one of the best endings to a character of all time, and I feel like I don't want him to just come back and not matter.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want him to be in the movie for 2 minutes. Like, I hope we get a fight scene at least with Logan. I hope we get a scene where we get to see Wolverine being Wolverine for a few minutes. Not just like he pops up and then he's gone. Because I feel like that's a waste of the character. What do you think?
You don't want to see like an X-Men First Class where he's like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I don't want to see it. I don't want it to be a 2-second thing where he's just gone. Like I don't want that. I want to see this. I want to see Wolverine. I want to see him being, the big badass that he is,
Here, my thing with this is I have a problem with Hugh Jackman's Wolverine coming in because he is one of the only Marvel characters that had a beginning, a middle, and an end story. You know what I mean? Yes. Like, it's not Tobey Maguire where it just ended on 3 and we're wanting to know what happens later. It's not Andrew Garfield where we were hoping for a third film. And it's
Tony
not like
RDJ's Tony had a beginning, middle, and end though.
Okay, fuck off. I'm talking about before the MCU.
Okay.
That's fair. So and it's not like the Fantastic Four where like they just had the Silver Surfer. And then it's like all these older products. Like all these older products, they have not there was no like specific ending. Hell, even X-Men, Dark Phoenix wasn't necessarily an ending.
I wasn't a fan of First Class and Dark Phoenix and all.
Yeah,
I wasn't a fan of them.
But you know what I mean? Like every single character in the Marvel franchise didn't get a necessary like storyline where like there was a beginning, middle, and end. Wolverine got it. And it was a culmination of fucking a decade of over several movies out there.
I could agree with that.
And he finally got his ending.
I can.
He got killed by a tree.
Agree with that.
That's simple as that. How much more
Okay,
Wolverine can you get?
he got killed by his variant, bro. Like, let's be
Yeah,
real.
right, right.
Yeah.
But yeah, he died. He died because of a tree stump. Let's be honest, guys. That was his ending. Like, let's just leave it at that. It can't get any more emotional than that, guys. And for them to bring Hugh Jackman back would be such a slap in the face. That last to the movie Logan. I'm just saying, it just, I don't know. I wouldn't vibe with it.
I hurt myself today.
Don't knock that movie. It's one of the greatest.
It's fantastic. I'm not knocking
Yeah.
it at all. I'm not knocking it at all. So obviously Hugh Jackman's Wolverine and Patrick Stewart's Professor X are the two main X-Men that are rumored to be in the movie. But there are rumors of Halle Berry's Storm making an appearance. I'd be down with that. I actually really liked her portrayal of Storm throughout the years. And there is even a rumor of James Marsden's Cyclops making an appearance. I was not wild about his portrayal of the character. So, Miguel, what are your thoughts on Storm and Cyclops joining the mix as well?
I wouldn't mind Storm, but having Cyclops in it, dude, that man was so vanilla. It wasn't even
I just
funny.
wasn't about. I don't know. It was something about it. I wasn't about him. Like, he was very angsty. He was angry all the time. Like, the only scene that really comes to mind is after Jean dies in was it X-Men United or whatever, or X3? Yeah, X3 X-Men United or whatever. When Jean dies, or they thought she.
It was an X-Men: The Last Stand after the events
Last Stand,
of
that's what it
X-Men
was.
2, where he's literally in the river and he's like really angry and he shoots the
Yeah,
water,
and
right?
he shoots the beat. Yeah, and it's just, I was always like, what?
You didn't like
bro,
that?
what do you do? I don't know. His character didn't do it for me. But I have always really liked Halle Berry's portrayal of Storm. I thought she did a bang up job, to be completely honest. And she had like actual chemistry with Wolverine. Like, I think of like the scene in The Last Stand where they're at the house and Xavier dies and Wolverine's trying to save him, and him and Storm kind of have a moment. Like I felt like they had a legit like chemistry, but not like a like romantic chemistry. Like Logan and
But they
Storm were.
did.
Yes, but like Logan and Storm were friends though too. Like, I felt like they had like a best friend thing going on too. You know what I mean?
Days was fucking.
I
100%. I know for a fact they were, because in X-Men: Last Stand, it was like that was solidified. That kiss and Days of Future Past, that was such fan service, but I mean, it's canon now, so there you go.
It's canon. But so those are all of the X-Men as of now, as of this show that we know of, that are rumored to appear, specifically Wolverine and Professor Xavier. But I'd be down to see Storm as well, and Cyclops if they want to throw him in. Why not? Now, we kind of talked about earlier, I feel like this is a perfect storm of everything that's gone on leading up to the Multiverse of Madness, because Loki and Sylvie and Mobius are also
Let's go, Mobius. Speedboat.
Loki and Sylvie, I almost said Siri. Loki and Sylvie, I could understand. But at the end of Loki, Mobius didn't know who he was because of the timeline thing, and that multiverse was kind of starting to spiral. So I feel like I don't really get how Mobius would be in it, because I don't think, I don't know. That wouldn't make any sense to me. So
it would make sense for the TVA to still be around. I would say that.
Right. I'm more down for Loki and Sylvie than Mobius. And another big question about these three is, when does the Loki series take place? Does Loki take place kind of back to back with Spider-Man No Way Home? Or does Loki take place before or after? I mean, there's a lot of questions there as well, of like kind of the timeline, the sacred timeline, of when all of these
okay.
of when all of these different things kind of take place. So you got any other thoughts on Loki and Sylvie coming back in Multiverse?
Yeah, I'm just really curious, because we know where WandaVision falls into place. It's before everything. We know where
Hawkeye is after No Way Home.
Yeah, and then it's during, but whatever. So Hawkeye was during No Way Home. The fuck?
Hawkeye was after. They confirmed Hawkeye to be after.
Oh, well, fuck you guys. But nevertheless, we don't know where Loki plays into all this. There's no like legitimate timeline in regards to it because timeline did not exist at that moment. So like I don't know when that takes place.
Well, and it takes place in space, so it's like you can't even get a read on like, you know what I mean, on like when, like what time of year or anything, you know, like that. So we're kind of about halfway through the list here. We're getting towards the end. This is kind of a more recent one as well, which has been kind of corroborated by a couple of different people, big screen leaks being one specifically. And this is kind of one that's interesting to me because I'm in the middle of rewatching Daredevil. I should say I rewatched the first season and I got through maybe a quarter of the second season.
That's the reason why we're late, guys. Just so you know, it wasn't my fault. She just wanted to finish the episode.
I was watching an episode of Daredevil and I was like, I have to. I'm almost to the end of season 2. And
damn, and you like it at season 2? That's surprising, guys. Props to him. Season 2 is probably one of the weakest.
I thought season 2 was great so far, man.
Season one was. Second.
I've heard 3 is the best.
2, yeah, season 3 is by far like literally the most Daredevil you can get. It really is.
Well, I'm excited. Yeah. But speaking of Daredevil, Ben Affleck's Daredevil is rumored to make an appearance in Doctor Strange.
He couldn't cut it as Batman, so he goes back to being Daredevil.
I know. I'm sure this suit looked dope back then. But looking at it now, I'm like, wow, this looks terrible.
Yeah, because everything was leather. You know what I mean? Like back in like the 2000s, everything just had to be wrapped in leather. Every single superhero needed some form of leather, and I feel sorry for them because the chafing sounds terrible. But if I'm being completely honest, you do what you can. You put some talcum powder, some baby powder.
You gotta put some cornstarch down there.
Yeah. You make it work, but dang dog, I felt sorry for everyone that was in the 2000s making these movies. I feel sorry for Hugh Jackman, Halle Berry, Ben Affleck, Elektra, like all of them. I felt so sorry for them because those leather suits were tight, and I could just see the sparks flying between.
He's got the leather pants.
Yeah, fucking hell.
So, couple weeks ago, big screen leaks. For obvious reasons, I was asked to keep this a secret, but Marvel did indeed reach out to Affleck for a cameo as Daredevil. They sent out preliminary contracts to his team, but I'm not sure if anything came of it. Keep in mind, I heard this back in October, November, so anything could have happened since then. I haven't heard any updates, though, and he gave us, Big Screen Leaks gave us that update on January 12th. So, again, Ben Affleck's Daredevil rumored to make an appearance. I know a lot of people have asked if Charlie Cox's Daredevil should make an appearance in Multiverse of Madness. I don't think now's the time. I think it's solidified that that Daredevil is a part of the MCU. I don't think Multiverse of Madness is a point to bring our Matt Murdock in. It doesn't make sense to me.
It makes no sense for anyone. It doesn't make sense for any of the Daredevils. Zero. None.
Why?
Nada.
You don't want Ben Affleck's Daredevil to come back?
He's a neighborhood hero, guys. He's a neighborhood hero. What the fuck is he doing in the multiversal?
He's a big Marvel player, though, too.
I don't fucking care, dude. He's the devil of Hell's Kitchen. It's literally not even half a mile that he protects. That's literally it, guys. Like
it's more than half a mile. Come on.
But it's small.
It's a part of Manhattan.
It's small though. Let's be honest. That's all he needs to protect. That's what makes Daredevil so great is the fact that he protects such a small part of Manhattan, but he makes such a big difference. But it makes no sense for him to be into the multiversal of madness. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Unless they go into some universe where they're like in Hell's Kitchen and Daredevil comes out of nowhere.
3 zip codes, Miguel. Hell's Kitchen is I didn't know that was Clinton too, like the Clinton district. It is population of 45,000, 538 acres.
That's literally the size of Richmond. That's literally the size of a small
Okay,
town
that's
near
more than
Kentucky.
half a mile, though.
I'm just saying, though. When I think of Daredevil, I don't think of him throwing a baton at Shimogorath. It's like seeing
At a
that
Jimmy
picture.
John sandwich.
Yeah, it's like seeing that picture and you see old girl with the whip going against the Jimmy John monster. Like, where the fuck are we going with this, guys?
Could
Like,
you imagine Gargantos like enters the picture and then Doctor Strange is getting his ass kicked and then he's just like, step aside. Like,
right?
And he just like goes at it.
And look how pretentious that is. Go back to that picture. You see how he has like the stamp DD on his fucking chest?
Yeah.
Like, how much more pretentious can you be? He's literally calling himself Daredevil.
Charlie Cox doesn't have the DD on his chest.
I know. He's called the devil of Hell's Kitchen. Simple as that.
Jay did. Not gonna lie, it would be weird seeing a dude with a stick fighting intergalactic monsters.
That's what I'm saying. The fuck? It makes no sense. It's like no offense. I understand you guys love Natasha Romanoff, but when I keep seeing her, like when she pulled out the fucking buoy sticks that were electrifying, and I was like, bitch, what the fuck is that gonna do to fucking Thanos? I knew she was gonna get swapped. I knew she was gonna get whoop out the picture. That's the same thing we're gonna see if Daredevil fights fucking Jimmy Johns. I'm just saying.
I think I remember you saying that in Infinity War, like when they're all running at him at the end and he's just like mowing them down. I remember like she starts running at him with like the electric thing and you were like, okay.
Literally nothing was gonna when Okoye threw the fucking spear, I was like, where are we going with this?
Yeah.
He literally has he had 5 Infinity Stones at that time.
Bro, broke the Hulk like a toothpick.
Yeah, without any Infinity Stones. Just literally mopped him, folded him, threw him in the gutter, put him in a blender. Literally disrespected the man, gave him a wedgie, gave him an ear willy, like fucked his life up. Gave him a bloody nose, which is impossible.
Jada, do you think this will all eventually lead up to Galactus showing up soon?
No.
I actually no. I think we're leading towards Secret Wars, which, dude, I'm okay. I was gonna bring this up at the end, but I mean now it might be a good time. You know, I was not very familiar.
Wrapping this up?
No.
Okay.
Bro, we still got like 6 more cameos to get through. So I was not really up to date with Secret Wars. With the storyline, I wasn't sure how that storyline went. But I've been reading about it. I've been listening to a couple different breakdowns of the plot. Dude, it's like mind-numbing how big that plot is. Like, it's easily one of the biggest Marvel storylines ever.
Which one, though?
Well, I think 2015 is the one I've been looking into a whole lot.
Okay.
Not the 1984 or whatever, whichever one it was. Both of them, though, Doctor Strange, Doctor Doom is the main villain. Basically, all of the multiverse has collapsed, and he has built his own universe where he is essentially a god, and it ends up having to be, you know, all of the Avengers fighting him at the end and stuff. But I think we're building towards Secret Wars. I think Galactus, if Galactus comes in this saga, in the second saga, it'll be in one of the later phases, and he won't. But I was gonna say he'll be like an Ultron, where he's not like he's a major villain of that part of the phase, but he's not the main villain of the saga. You know, I think Doctor Doom will be the main villain of this saga, and he's rumored to be coming soon. Oddly enough, Miguel, Victor Von Doom is rumored to be introduced in Wakanda Forever, which I think is a strange place, but I mean, I'm down. I like to.
I mean, it makes sense because Doctor Doom is a scientist, and Wakanda had just opened the world, and Tony Stark is 6 feet under and collecting dirt. So obviously, we would need we would need to include a very notable scientist to come out, because I doubt Hammer is going to be able to handle that shit. And
I'd be down. I get it.
What's his name? Ivan is literally a black hole.
Ivan Drago.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
No, is that what it is? No.
Ivan Drago's Rocky, dude.
Oh yeah, true.
The Russian guy.
My bad.
If he dies,
He does. But you know what I'm getting at here. Literally, like Wakanda just opened the world to them, so they have access to all of this like nanotechnology. So Doctor Doom is obviously the only case where it makes sense for him to be like a big baddie, and not like big baddie and like his butt, but like a big baddie, and just causing hell for Wakanda. I can see that.
Wiggle.
Yeah.
Who do we want to play Doctor Doom? That's a good question, man.
Michael Fassbender.
Yeah, that's kind of the big
Cillian
fan
Murphy.
Him. That's a good choice too. Cillian Murphy would be good.
Michael Rooker. David Blaine.
No.
Bruce Springsteen.
I don't
Miles
know, man.
Teller.
Shut up.
Okay.
That's a good question, man. I actually like the Julian McMahon, or is that his name? I forget.
You yelled at me for that, but you over here wanting the WWE spokesperson to be in it, McMahon?
I honestly, now that you say that, Cillian Murphy would be kind of dope.
But honestly, it makes sense for Julian McMahon to return or
I just looked up actors that would make a perfect Doctor Doom, MCU Doctor Doom. Leonardo DiCaprio?
Fuck.
What? Nah, he can't be evil enough. Doctor Strange has got to be soulless. Or Doctor Doom, I keep saying Doctor Strange because we're talking Multiverse of Madness.
Christoph,
Doctor
here it is. Soulless. I have
Stephen Yeun? No way.
Who the fuck? Hugh Lowry. I don't know if you know him.
Hugh Lowry would be good.
Let me see who else. Christoph Waltz. I don't know. I'd want Christoph Waltz to play someone else.
Ooh, bro, Rami Malek. Really? You couldn't see it?
Bro, what the fuck? He did a great Freddie Mercury. Okay, let's not be around the bushes.
Let's see who else. Andrew Lincoln? Rick Grimes? No. Again, not mean enough. Not mean enough. Couldn't do it. I don't know. I would say Michael Fassbender or dude, I'll tell you what, Cillian Murphy would have the range though. Killian. I know we got railed in one of our we did a 28 weeks later update or a 28 months later update about 6 months ago, and we got railed. They were like, Cillian, you don't even know how to say his name. I was like, okay,
hey,
sorry.
Fuck bro. You. Okay. We don't know these actors by heart. I don't have his fucking phone number, so sorry if I got it wrong.
Killian Murphy. Killian Murphy would make an amazing he would make I think he'd be a great MCU Doctor Doom. So moving on here. Speaking of Doctor Doom, next big old rumor is that the whole dang Fantastic Four is going to make an appearance.
Why does he look photoshopped?
Who?
Chris Evans. You see his head?
Oh, he does look photoshopped.
He looks photoshopped.
He shouldn't be though, because that's an actual scene. That's a legit scene. He shouldn't be photoshopped.
Brad, where are you getting these fucking pictures?
I just went on Google Images and got pictures, okay? I apologize.
Where are you getting these pictures?
That's a screen grab from the movie, bro.
Oh my god.
That's at the end of the movie after he goes all supernova.
Bro, he looks like why?
Honestly, look at Jessica Alba's head. She looks kind of photoshopped too, I'm not gonna lie.
I know, this makes no fucking sense. I think, you know what I think happened? I think those are like the stunt doubles, and they had to like face swap them.
No way.
I think so.
No way.
Oh,
nah.
I think there was a scheduling conflict, so they just said, okay, fine, get 4 dudes and 3 dudes and a woman, and we'll Photoshop their faces in.
We're at the most climactic point in the entire movie. Extras, let's do it.
Yeah.
Your all's time to shine. Here we go. So yeah, the whole dang Fantastic Four. Not only Ian Gruffudd's Reed Richards, but Jessica Alba as Sue Storm, Michael Chiklis as the Thing, as Ben Grimm, and also Chris Evans as Johnny Storm, the Human Torch.
But
bro, I saw a thing the other day, and it was like, could you imagine if a portal opened and Chris Evans walked through and Strange was like, Cap? Strange and Wanda were like, Cap? And he said, Flame on. I would, my soul would leave my body if Chris Evans walked out of a portal and said flame on. I would be done.
The range, you know what I mean?
What do you mean?
Like,
oh, Chris Evans?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he did good. I'm telling you, man, I really like those original Fantastic Four films. Like, I thought they were pretty dang good, to be completely honest.
Yeah, even though I forgot her name.
Jessica Alba?
Yeah, even though she hated it, it was a good movie.
Did she hate it?
Yeah, she hated it.
Really?
Yeah. I think I read a report saying that she hated working it.
Wow.
Yep.
And honestly, I really like Michael Chiklis as the Thing as well. Like, he doesn't look bad.
No, he doesn't. No,
he looked
not
like
really.
pretty decent. So there's rumor that they'll be in the film as well. We have 4 more to get through here. Next one is a big one. Next one's a big one.
Wait, real quick. If the Fantastic Four do come, would it make sense for the Thing to be prosthetics?
Oh, to keep up with like continuity's sake?
Yeah.
Probably, but I doubt they would do it.
I know, that's what I mean, because he's supposed to be he's supposed to be kind of the same size as the Hulk.
Yeah, I doubt Michael Chiklis would want to sit in a chair for 9 hours to do
that I know.
For a 2-minute scene. I feel like he'd be like, no, it's not worth the money.
He'll probably be like, you want to put what on me again? For how many hours?
Be like, bro, I'm not.
And Mark Ruffalo got a mocap suit.
His agent was like, you sign the paper. He was like, I'm not doing that again. I'm not, yeah, I don't know, man. You say he got a mocap suit?
No, like, you know, he walks in there like, hey, we got to put this on you. Be like, what?
Yeah.
And Mark Ruffalo had a mocap suit. No, put me in that shit. Okay. Yeah. I'm not going through that again.
Yeah. Next one's a big one because there is also I have a little bit of a fan theory here, and this is my own theory. I haven't read this anywhere. I've kind of thought about this. The next rumored cameo in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness is Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man.
There you go, guys. There's your Spider-Man 4, so shut
up. Now, here's my thought. Again, we've talked about this before, about Tobey and Andrew are supposed to be kind of a big part of the MCU moving. Not a big part, but they're going to be a part of the MCU moving forward, moving towards Secret Wars. That's been leaked by quite a few people. Now, at the end of Spider-Man No Way Home, Doctor Strange cast the spell. Everybody forgot who Peter Parker was. Now, if you think back to the very beginning of the trailer for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, I forget it has Wong. It's like a black screen, and you hear kind of a whispered Wong saying, "Strange, don't cast that spell," and Strange saying, like, he's saying kind of some of the things that we heard him and Peter and Wong say throughout the movie. So, here's my theory here. What if in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, because you have to remember, Strange himself forgot about who Peter Parker was. Strange doesn't, but he said he'd see like so long, kid. Like Strange forgets. Yeah, Strange doesn't remember what happened. I don't think so. Well, okay, just play me here for a minute. Play my film for like 2 seconds.
Oh, no.
Pause. What if in this movie, when Tobey interacts with Doctor Strange in this movie, because again, Tobey is one of the bigger rumors that he is like kind of given one of the cameos that are in this movie. What if, say, Doctor Strange has forgotten about Tom Holland's Peter Parker? Tobey's like, hey, I remember you. I met you or whatever. You're the guy in the Grand Canyon. Or they have like, so, they have some kind of dialogue back and forth. And Strange is like, I don't know who you are.
He's like, who are you? I don't like the Grand Canyon. Like, who the
Maybe
fuck?
This is the beginning of our Peter Parker getting things set right where MJ and Ned and everybody remembers, or at least the people he wants to remember him. No. Maybe this is how Strange realizes, or it's the beginning of Strange realizing what's happened. Maybe this, and again, I think they're going to milk Peter being, they're going to milk Peter's sacrifice for a little while. In Spider-Man 4, I don't think that everybody's going to get their memory back. Even maybe in the 5th one, it might be the end of this next trilogy, Tom Holland's 6th solo film, before this pays off. But maybe this is the seed where Toby and Strange first interact, and Toby's like, hey, I know you. You're like, we interacted. Like, we remember, or Toby remembers him. But also maybe this is the beginning of Strange helping Peter, or Tom Holland's Peter, set things right, where the people close to him remember who he is. That's kind of my thoughts. Why do you say no?
Because I just want to disagree with you today. I'm on a roll.
You are on a roll.
I'm on a roll, guys.
So, guys, let me know what you think. I was thinking about that, and I was like, that's genius, man. Like, Toby could be part of the reason that that's a dope picture, by the way. Like, Toby could be part of the reason that Tom kind of gets, his life back and the people he loves back.
Toby's like, dude, just take this picture, dude. It's gonna look sick.
Yeah, dude, Toby's the best looking Spider-Man. Let's be real. He is. He's the best looking one. The raised webbing looks good. It looks good. It's sexy. Looks great. Love it. Love it.
You really want me to disagree with you the whole show, don't you?
I do. So that's kind of my thoughts, guys. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Moving on. We have 3 cameos left. Rumored.
Trace, I know what that means.
You want to go funny or you want to go serious?
Boy, this entire show is funny. Let's keep going.
To be fair. New rumored cameo. And this is kind of low. I don't think this is a hardcore rumor. But if you're going to introduce the man himself, Deadpool, into the MCU, this could be a cool place to do it. Now, again, should he get like a huge part of the film? Absolutely not. But would it not be hilarious for something like really serious to be going on, and Ryan Reynolds Deadpool just like walks out of a portal and is like, what the hell? And just like walks off camera, and that's it. That's all you see of him the entire time. Like, that's it.
I can see him in a funny post-credit scene.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. I could see that too. Like, it would be small. Like, if they really did bring Deadpool, it would literally be like just something small. Wouldn't really matter. It wouldn't be like it wouldn't be a whole like legacy character.
But like I said,
cameo.
it makes no sense because Deadpool has already met Korg. So like it's like he like, I don't know where he fits in.
I don't know. You're right.
Deadpool
is a mystery, man.
I know.
Seriously, he's completely a mystery in terms of like his,
because that commercial is canon. I think I've read a report saying like that commercial in particular with Deadpool and Korg is canon.
Yeah, you're right.
So,
you're right.
Deadpool has met Korg, so it like tells you like where the fuck is Deadpool in this whole thing. Like,
bro, I remember when they got the rights back for Deadpool, like when Disney got the rights for him. Ryan Reynolds posted a picture of Deadpool looking at his hand, and he was turning to dust. And Ryan Reynolds was like, "So this is what this feels like, like being a part of the MCU. He's dusted."
Yeah.
So yeah, man, that could be a cool place to introduce him. Last two. We're starting to talk about Morbius and starting to introduce vampires. Well, you could be getting the OG vampire, Wesley Snipes' Blade.
No way.
Really?
Blade was all things considered, Wesley Snipes did play a good Blade, but he was such a headache, and he's such a wild card. I doubt
what are you talking about?
Marvel. Have you not like looked into like what that movie consisted of? The trilogy of Blade.
Oh, did something happen with Wesley Snipes?
It was such a clusterfuck. And then he went to jail for tax evasion.
Well, there were a lot of people that were like, there's a lot of controversy surrounding Wesley Snipes and those Blade movies. So like, they probably wouldn't want to do it. Like, just not to be close to that.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't want to see him as Blade?
No.
He was a good looking Blade. Oh, he was a good looking Blade.
Okay. Spoiler, guys. That's their number one.
Spoiler. He was a sexy looking Blade.
He was dope. Those movies were dope.
They were good, man. They were good.
Was kind of.
I remember. It's funny when I was a kid. I don't know, for whatever reason I didn't know Blade was a Marvel character. Like, little kid. And I remember my dad was watching. He always really liked the Blade movies, and he was watching them. And he was like, "Yeah, Blade's a cool Marvel character." And I was like, "What? What?" I was like,
literally had the Marvel thing in the beginning of the movie.
I was a kid. It never dawned on me until I like watched him, when I got a little bit older. But so
Yeah.
no Blade for you, huh? You'd rather wait for MCU Blade.
I'd much rather, dude. What's his fucking face? He looks so much more
Mahershala
cleaner.
Ali.
Yeah, that guy. He looks so much more cleaner, and he sounds so much more. He like it's like
The
it's like
Daywalker.
Wesley. It's like Wesley Snipes like set the bar, and then Ali is just gonna go whoop. He just seeing just like he is such a good actor. I loved him in the Green Book. I loved him in Moonlight.
He's
Like
good.
he's like absolutely a phenomenal
Yeah.
character actor, and just seeing how he's gonna act as a Blade in the future MCU projects, it's so exciting.
Yeah, it'll be cool. So I mean, I'd be down. It again wouldn't be much. I could see it being like a 2-second, just a cameo, just a little, just a little teach. And as you saw earlier, the last cameo that we're going to talk about tonight, at least, not the last rumored cameo, but the last cameo we're going to chat about is Nick Cage returning as Johnny Blaze himself as Ghost Rider. Miguel, what do you think? You want to see Nick Cage as Ghost Rider again?
I would love to.
I told Miguel this on the phone the other night. I said, "Listen, they can." I actually like the Nick Cage. The second one sucked ball sack, but the first one was pretty. The first one was pretty good. The first Ghost Rider movie, and I said, I was like, I don't want Nick Cage in it if we don't get a scene where Nick Cage is on the motorcycle and he goes, "Let's ride," and he revs it and like immediately turns into Ghost Rider. I said, I don't want it. So I need a "let's ride" out of him. But I'd be down.
I'd be down too.
And there's
Nick
a lot
Cage is such a cult classic actor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he gets so many shitty projects, but he just does such a good job.
Did you like him as Ghost Rider?
Yeah, I liked him. I liked him in the second one too.
He was pretty good, man. The second
I liked him
one,
in the second one.
Like he was good, but the second one, the story was just too. I don't know. There was something about the story I just didn't like in the second one. It wasn't as.
I don't care. He did a great job.
He did do a great job.
Okay, the first one, Ghost Rider, obviously seemed very cartoony in my eyes. But then, like, the second one, he was just so dark and gritty. It was just like, he just looked dirty. And I liked it. I like Spirit of Vengeance, Ghost Rider.
It was okay.
And I loved his transformation in it whenever he would just like run around, his head was like like he was smoking. It hasn't yet like burst into flames.
Yeah,
I want to see that.
That was good.
I want to see that crazy Ghost Rider. I want to see Ghost Rider just whipping the chain and just creating an absolute fire tornado, man. Like
there's been a lot of talk about. I mean, I'm sure you all have seen it if you're watching with us now or after the fact. By the way, an hour and 43 minutes in. If you're hanging out with us, please leave this stream a like. Be sure to do it. There's been a lot of discussion about Ghost Rider lately because we know it's been confirmed by industry insiders. It's even, I think Kevin Feige has even mentioned it at one point. Ghost Rider is coming to the MCU. But there's been rumor of Keanu Reeves playing Johnny Blaze. There's been rumor of Walking Dead, Daryl, Norman Reedus playing Ghost Rider in the MCU. And there's a whole slew of people that want the guy who played Ghost Rider in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. to come back.
Ramirez. He did a pretty good job too.
Bro, I wasn't about it. I was rewatching. Like, I didn't really watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but I watched the Ghost Rider scenes. He wasn't Johnny Blaze.
He was Reyes, which is a different type of fucking Ghost Rider.
I didn't like it.
He was just as dope.
I thought he was Johnny Storm. And when I realized that there was only a Johnny Storm cameo, I was like,
You mean to tell me that you did not flip your shit whenever Reyes literally looked at you? Like you like the let's ride thing. I loved it when Reyes like got hit with the fucking fireball and he looked back at old boy and he was like, "It's time to pay for your sins," and just fucking flamed on. I was like, "Yo!"
I just went about it, man.
That shit was wild.
It didn't do it for me.
Granted,
I don't know what it was.
Granted, the CGI was trash, obviously. Like, but
even the jacket, his jacket looked bad. Like it just there's something about him. I just didn't like it.
They'll change the outfit. Like if he had so much potential, though. And
I also like the Johnny Storm character.
If you did not know, Reyes could travel in portals just like Doctor Strange.
Okay.
He could open a portal just like Doctor Strange
Okay.
with his whip. So he like I mean he's much more likely to be in Multiverse of Madness than Nick Cage. Granted, I would love to see Nick Cage, but Reyes is I just like Reyes. Okay, yeah,
But I'm talking
round.
the
Fuck off.
MCU's. Like, of course, if Nick Cage played him in Multiverse of Madness, it would just be a cameo. It wouldn't be. I mean, you'd probably get "Let's Ride," and then that'd be it. But I'm talking about who do you want for the MCU? If you had to pick between the Agents of Shield guy and Norman Reedus and Keanu Reeves, who would you pick to be the MCU's Ghost Rider?
Reyes.
Really?
Yeah.
You're insane. You are crazy.
I'm sorry. I'd much rather see Reyes.
Here's my thinking. I didn't like the actor was okay. I didn't like the Reyes character. I didn't like the way they handled him in Agents of Shield. I would pick Keanu Reeves, but I think Keanu Reeves is a good enough actor, and not to say that Norman Reedus isn't. Look, I'm a Walking Dead fan. Y'all know I'm a Walking Dead guy. I love Norman Reedus. But I think Keanu Reeves, I feel like there's a better role for him. I don't know what that is, but I think that there is a better role for Keanu. I would go with Norman Reedus because I think Norman Reedus has the biker look to him. He's got I don't know. He's got the biker vibe. He's got the Sons of Anarchy, down home boy. He says Johnny Blaze more than Keanu Reeves does,
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. That's kind of my thinking behind it. I would pick Norman Reedus, even though you would go with Agents. You're disagreeing with me on everything, man. Everything tonight. This whole show, you've been like, nope. He looks like a Jimmy John sandwich. Nope.
I'm just saying, Reyes would be dope. Guess what I'm doing right now? I am rewatching that same fight with Hellfire and Ghost Rider.
What are you gonna do?
It's just so dope, man.
So that's the whole laundry list of characters, man. A lot. We are an hour and 47 minutes into this show. A lot of characters. We've talked about the villains. We've talked about Wanda, Shuma Gorath, Gargantos, Evil Strange, the Illuminati, the whole slew of cameos. And again, that's not even all of them. You're watching that scene right now, aren't you?
It's so menacing, dude. So menacing. It's like the scene. It's like the scene with Nick Cage where he was like, whenever he was talking to I forgot his name, the villain in the first one. He was like, when he was like, you can't kill me. I have all the souls. And Nick Cage is like, a lot of souls. That's a lot of souls to burn. So that was, and then he turned to Ghost Rider. Those are some badass scenes.
Yeah,
I'm just sorry.
Like, I love
like Ghost Rider. Fuck you, dude.
Bike. I didn't like the car. I don't know. There were many things I just didn't like about it. Also, the Agents of Shield show was not that good.
It wasn't good.
Let's be real.
I just like the only part of that show I liked was Agent Coulson and seeing him. And Reyes is Ghost Rider. That's it. Yeah. That was the only two that I actually liked. Everything else was just dumb.
And I think I even saw something about this the other day, like unrelated, but they were because at the end of that show or towards the end of it's like running, they're talking to a blue alien. I don't know who it was, but he says something about like they've built like the whole story arc up to like this conflict, and then at the end of it they're like, we're gonna have to put all of that aside. And of course Coulson's like, but why? And he's like, Thanos is more of a threat to your planet. And it was just like, what? Like it didn't make sense. You know what I mean? Like they tried to do it, but it didn't work. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. Honestly, I think Daredevil did a better job with little nods to the MCU, because there are little nods, like especially in the New York Bulletin, like the news stories up on the wall about the battle in New York and the Hulk, and like there's little things that like that correlate with MCU things, even though they never actually flat out say it was a part of the MCU. I think that's why the whole transition with Charlie Cox being in No Way Home and with Kingpin being in Hawkeye, like I feel like that's why the transition worked, was because
they played so loosely with it.
Yeah, it was. They never said either way. They never said it was. They never said it wasn't. And they didn't try to be like, oh, it's a part of the MCU without it. Like They were just like, hey, look at that picture on the wall that you probably missed. It was about the battle in New York. Like stuff like that, you know.
Well, that's how Matt and Foggy got the apartment. The office.
Yep. You're right.
That's
And
such
like
a good price. It was like,
yeah.
well, I mean, when aliens fall out of the sky, you know, the property
Yeah.
value does go down.
Yeah, and
So.
you know, this is going to be a crazy movie, man. I mean, there are so many. I don't even know how we got on that conversation, but there are so many cameos, so much information. And again, this is kind of the tip of the iceberg. This is kind of the overall rundown. Our predictions, our thoughts on each cameo. Again, the Illuminati is kind of a big thing that's really piquing my interest. I want to see how all of that goes down. And of course, we would even have to try to figure out like an MCU Illuminati, you know? If this is not going to be, if they're all going to die, as so many industry insiders put it, we have to have an MCU Illuminati at some point, especially like you said, if we're moving towards I can't talk tonight. I don't know what it is. Especially if we're moving towards World War Hulk, which is a lot of things are pointing to that. So, Miguel, any final thoughts? Multiverse of Madness, man. Big conversation, almost a 2-hour show.
It's going to be madness.
The madness.
Yeah.
Unfolds. Well, you know, the one cameo we have to get.
You serious?
If we don't get Jameson, we riot. So, guys, let us know in the comments what you think of all the cameos. What are your predictions for Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness? That is going to do it. An hour and 52 minutes in. This has been episode number 58. Next week. This coming Saturday at 10:30 a.m., we are talking everything we know about Halloween Ends. We're going to make a horror switch again. We're going to talk Halloween Ends. We're going to talk the filming. We're going to talk about the plot. Everything we know about that film. That's going to be our 59th episode. We're almost to 60, man. We are 2 away from 60, which is hard to believe. We're closer to 100 episodes than we were to 0. And that's wild.
Yeah, I guess.
We're going in the right direction. Be sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram and TikTok at We Talk the Movies. Stay safe if you are somewhere who's getting hit by severe weather. I know there's quite a few different places. And we will see you Saturday, guys. Take it easy and peace.